Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about the oxidase test. And the oxidase test is used to detect the presence of the enzyme cytochrome C oxidase, which is an important enzyme in cellular respiration, but we're not going to get too much into kind of how that works. We're going to just kind of focus on our test here. So let's talk about what we need to actually run this test. You're going to need a sterile cotton swab. You're going to need our oxidase reagent. And normally this guy will say Oxidase Test on it, so this is the little guy that you want for this. You'll probably want a paper towel, or you can do the test in the sink. It's kind of up to you how you want to do it. And then you're going to need your sample. And generally this test comes out better when done from a broth than from a plate or a slant. So basically the overall goal here is to get as much bacteria kind of soaked into our cotton swab, so it's a lot easier to just dip it in the sample and soak up a lot of that bacteria that way, rather than trying to dig it into the agar and stuff on a plate or a slant, dig it around in there. So most definitely better from a broth. So let's kind of go ahead and talk about how we do our test. So whenever you're ready to go, get your swab ready. Don't pull it out, just get it ready to go. Grab your sample, stir it up a bit so you're kind of getting a lot of that bacteria all over. And then you can go ahead and you can grab your swab, put it in there. You can put down the paper. We don't really need that. And then you really just kind of want to swirl it around in there really good. Kind of get it towards the bottom. Normally a lot of bacteria accumulate down in there, so swirling around at the bottom will generally get you some really good results. Next up, we're going to take our Oxidase test here, and we're just going to add like 1 or 2 drops of the Oxidase test to it. And next up, what we're going to be looking for is any presence of purple on our cotton swab. So it can take a couple minutes for this to occur. That's why we generally wait about 5 to 10 minutes for this. So we'll kind of let that guy hang out there while I show you guys these, which are other tests that I ran to kind of show the varying degrees of positive that you can have. So on this side here, we have a mild positive, and they kind of get more and more positive as we go up more towards our strong positive here. But if you wait that 5 to 10 minutes and you have any indication of purple, it can be very faint, kind of like in here, or it can be really strong like this guy. Those are going to be a positive result. Now, if you get anything that looks kind of like this is kind of like a very faint tan or brown color. That's going to be a negative result. If you ever get any grays, that's going to be a negative result as well. And kind of the last thing to note on here is that if you ever get any like really dark brown or anything like that, that's really not a good sign for this test. Generally what that means is that our oxidase reagent is either expired and too old, or something got in it and it ruined it. So if you ever get, again, like a really dark brown coloration on the swab, that really just kind of means that the reagent is probably bad and you're going to redo it with a different reagent. Once you're done with everything, make sure to biohazard it. But other than that, that should be everything we need to know for our